Welcome back, listeners, to Back to Health with Dr. Neil Gardner. I'm your co-host, Carolyn Gardner. This evening we're discussing jaundice. I'd like to share our telephone numbers with our listeners: 876-926-8631, 876-926-2178, or 876-926-7615. Our WhatsApp number is 876-553-5908. That's 876-553-5908. Yes, sir.
Yes, Mrs. G. So we're looking now at the symptoms of jaundice, and the symptoms are kind of stark. So we're going to go through them bit by bit here with you. And the problem with jaundice is that whenever it happens in an adult, it leads to a problem, it leads to significant issues. So once it happens in an adult, you have to take it seriously. If it happens in a newborn, it's not as usual. It doesn't mean anything too serious because very often, because of the immaturity of the liver in the newborn, its ability to process the bilirubin might not be adequate, and so you may have yellowing of the skin of the baby. But in an adult or in a child, it should never be the case. Usually it means that something has gone awry. So we're going to talk a little bit about this. Now, the symptoms, as I indicated, are these: yellowish tint in the skin, in the whites of the eyes in particular. It's easier to see it in the whites of the eyes, or if your skin doesn't have a lot of melanin, then it's easy to see it on your skin as well. Then you will also see the issues that may accompany jaundice. Now, you may have fever and chills, but the fever and chills would not necessarily be as a result of the jaundice itself, but some of the conditions that could cause jaundice. Pain in the abdomen, flu-like symptoms. Now, the pee will become dark in color because of the concentration of the bilirubin in the bloodstream. And then because it's not being processed now in the liver to go into the colon, then you may have pale colored stool. Pale colored stool. And so these are things that once you see that your color is, they call it clay colored, but it's like, I don't know, how do you kind of describe it? Maybe things like the spleen, which is where the red blood cells are broken down and transported to the liver. So if there's a problem with the spleen, that is before you get to the liver, so we call it pre-hepatic. Now, jaundice that happens in this way usually is as a result of blood cells that are damaged or that have an abnormal shape. And so the spleen gets rid of them, destroys them, and tries to eliminate them from the body, which results in increased bilirubin production. So an example of this is like sickle cell anemia. Somebody has sickle cell anemia, you will have excessive blood cells, red blood cells being broken down, resulting in excess amounts of bilirubin in the blood, too much for the liver to process, and so it ends up going into our bodies, going to our tissues, and causing the yellowing of our skin, and so on and so forth. The second type is hepatic jaundice, which is where it happens at the liver. Now, if your jaundice is caused by a problem with your liver, then it means that the liver is not able to convert the bilirubin into your bile. And so the bilirubin backs up into the bloodstream and causes a yellowing that we see. This can happen if we have a problem like hepatitis, or liver cancer, or liver failure, or cirrhosis of the liver. These are all examples of things that can go wrong with the liver that may result in jaundice. The final type will be post-hepatic jaundice. So we have pre-hepatic, hepatic, and post-hepatic. Post-hepatic means after the liver. So what happens with the whole processing of bilirubin is that it starts out by the breakdown of a problem with the small intestines, or you have a problem with your pancreas. It could be pancreatic cancer. All of those things can result in jaundice as a result of a problem that happens after the liver.